earlier in the day, Israel carried out airstrikes against different areas of Iran, targeting different areas, but also civilian infrastructures in Iran. We reported on the detonation of at least 5 car bombs in different sectors of the capital, targeting police stations and government buildings. Also, Zionist agents also targeted a water facility supply in the that triggered a flood in the capital, that also putting in evidence the attacks on the Iranian civilian structures, which puts in evidence the falsehood of the intentions for Israel to carry out this aggression, which supposedly, as said by the Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, supposedly was intended to attack Iran's nuclear capabilities. But their targets they are hitting are civilians, military, but also civilians, like is in the case of this water service area. And also they have been hitting they're also been hitting different civilian areas, residential buildings, with authorities reporting so far over 128 people killed in Iran and over 900 injured. Among the victims, they are also reporting children. Among the victims, over 25 children are believed to have perished in the Israeli aggressions. Now, I was saying the alleged intentions of the nuclear capabilities, because if we read the annual threat assessment that is developed every year by the U.S. Security Intelligence Community, it was published this March 25th. If you go on to its page 26, so I'm quoting this. I'm gonna quote this, and any of our viewers can check this, and we'll see that on the annual threat assessment of the U.S. intelligence community, published March 2025, page 26, it clearly states that, and I quote, "We continue to assess Iran is not building a nuclear weapon, and that Khamenei, the supreme leader, Ali Khamenei of Iran, has not reauthorized the nuclear weapons program he suspended in 2003. So even the U.S. intelligence community is acknowledging that Iran is not building a nuclear weapon, and yet that is the basis for this latest Israeli aggression. Now, this Israeli aggression comes in a context, if we zoom out a bit of these strikes. This Sunday, June 15, was supposed to happen the 6th round of indirect talks between the U.S. and Iran, which, according to reports from the Iranian side, the foreign minister earlier this Sunday referred to this. He said that they were confident that if these negotiations had taken place this Sunday, June 15th, they were confident that important steps were going to be made forward towards a negotiated solution to the nuclear issue in Iran, because as the Iranian authorities reported, they were more than willing to sign any document that prevented Iran from being able to acquire or possess a nuclear weapon. The only objection was to limit Iranians' right to the development of the peaceful use of nuclear technology. Nuclear technology is used for energy, it's used in medicine, it's used in different fields. It's not only used in offensive capabilities. So they believe, according to what the foreign minister said himself earlier this Sunday, he referred to the fact that they could move forward in this negotiated solution. So in a way, this Israeli aggression comes in this context, which evidences Israel's very likely intent to sabotage, to torpedo these negotiations. And in a way, since the US president also said in statements that he knew about the possibility of the attack, in a way, it also shows the US lack of reliability to commit. To this negotiated solution. So these attacks also comes in that context. So in a way, one of the objectives of the Israeli Zionist entity was to prevent any kind of negotiated solution to the nuclear issue between Iran and the US. So this is the latest information we're getting from the region. Iran responding, successfully counteracting and hitting key infrastructure of the military of the Zionist entity in Israel and the occupied territories, hitting weapons depots, weapons factory. The Ben Gurion airport in Tel Aviv was hit, hitting important key financial structure centers of the Zionist entity, both inside the national territory of Israel, but also within occupied territories, and also showing the counter-attack capabilities that Iran possesses, and also showing the vulnerability that so far was believed to not exist of the Iron Dome and the British and US and Israeli air defenses, which are working together to try to prevent these defensive actions, these retaliatory strikes of Iran against Israel. This is right now what is happening in the Middle East. We are going to continue on this as we continue to have more updates on everything that is developing in that region as the situation escalates, because as the foreign minister of Iran said, and different Iranian authorities have said so far, that as long as Israel continues its attacks, they will continue with their response. That is not their intentions to escalate further if they don't have to, but if they are forced to, they are more than ready to take the situation to the next level.
תראו, זה מטורף. למה לא פה? למה לא? אם הייתי עכשיו בארץ, אם הייתי... יואו, אימא'לה.